Kemi Badenoch, the new Conservative leader, has once again demonstrated her unique ability to polarise opinion, and this time by prompting a diplomatic spat with Nigeria. That is the place where she spent her teenage years as her parents were working there. And her forthright criticisms of the country have attracted ire from the Nigerian Vice President Kashim Shettima, and have also reignited broader debates about her identity, patriotism, and the responsibilities of diaspora leaders. In her earlier comments, Badenoch didn't mince words. She painted a picture of a dysfunctional political system in Nigeria, rife with corruption and inefficiency. And she framed her experience there as a contrast to the opportunities and the meritocracy that she found in Britain. And statements like these serve a dual purpose. They reflect her personal narrative while reinforcing her political ethos of individual responsibility and merit. Yet, these remarks have drawn sharp rebukes from Nigeria. Shettima's response was equal parts wounded patriotism and political theatre. His statement, "She is entitled to her opinions, but the greatest black nation on earth is the nation called Nigeria," highlights a defensive pride that resonates deeply with Nigerians both at home and abroad. And his applause line about her right to remove the Kemi from her name adds a layer of cultural provocation, questioning her attachment to her heritage. Badenoch's defence is equally uncompromising. Her spokesperson says that she's not interested in doing Nigeria's PR. That's a stark reminder of her focus on domestic politics, but it would be nice if she could actually do that as well. It suggests that her allegiance lies firmly with her adopted nation, even at the cost of alienating a segment of her ethnic heritage. After all, she was born in Britain, so she has a right to defend Britain. But nevertheless, I would much prefer to see her doing her job at the dispatch box than messing around trying to defend herself on an international stage. She isn't up to the international stage, as I'm afraid she demonstrates yet again. The row raises much bigger questions. Should leaders of diaspora communities feel obliged to soften their criticism about their countries of origin, or their countries of the countries where their family comes from? For Badenoch, whose rise is rooted in a rejection of the failures she associates with Nigeria, her remarks are consistent with her broader worldview. But Shettima's wounded comments reveal how such candour can be interpreted as betrayal by those who see national identity as inextricably linked to personal identity. The comparison with Rishi Sunak, praised by Shettima as a leader who never denigrated his ancestral India, is noteworthy. It underscores differing expectations for diaspora leaders based on their cultural and political approaches. And Sunak, more measured and diplomatic, represents continuity, while Badenoch's bold rhetoric aligns with disruption. Ultimately, Badenoch's refusal to shy away from controversial positions, at least as she perceives them, speaks to her. It speaks to the image that she tries to cultivate of being unapologetic and saying, saying, quote, the truth. But the truth is an evasive commodity. And I don't know whether this strengthens her standing among British voters or alienates more potential allies abroad. That remains to be seen. I'm inclined to think the latter. Kemi Badenoch is not somebody who acquires friends. She generates animosity. She generates enemies. What is clear is that this episode underscores the complexities of navigating identity, criticism, and diplomacy in an increasingly interconnected world. And Badenoch doesn't really know how to navigate this this complexity at all. She is extremely ham-fisted in her approach. I imagine this isn't the end of the matter.